Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Lillian, and if you're not, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you a beginner-friendly guide to using Procreate for drawing and for animation. Without further ado, alright, so I have Procreate open. I press the plus button on the top right corner, and I'm just going to select the size. I usually 4K is available, but I want to go with something smaller because I'm animating and I don't want the app to crash. So I go with 1920 by 1080 and I just turn it vertically with two fingers. I press the settings and add a photo of one of my sketches. But this video is going to be more centered on Ekane. She is a popular TikToker or influencer personality, and there's a really funny sound going around right now that I decided I wanted to turn into an animated clip. So that's what's going on in this video. So this is my sketch of all the expressions that I want her to make, as, as well as the dialogue and when she will be making those expressions. This is kind of just how I plan it. I try to keep these simple, and the goal is just to produce and not worry so much on it being perfect, which has been my problem in the past. I've been hoarding my art. So I created a separate TikTok page where I'm just having fun with it. And for some reason, it's successful. I feel like it's doing a lot better than my other pages. Okay, so anyways, right now I want it to look like a FaceTime. And so I'm looking up a FaceTime screen, and essentially I'm just going to copy the FaceTime screen, and that will serve as the background for the animation. So yeah, but I am doing this because I want to have more fun with my creative process and have a page where I'm not so uptight about what I'm producing, because I've been hoarding my art, and this is allowing me to just I give myself 2 days, 2 days to create and edit the animation. So this is day one of making it. And for this animation, it's two characters involved. So I'm going to save the second day to do the person that she is having a conversation with, which is Deshay. Okay, so this is going to show like how you can use Procreate and how I use Procreate. I screenshotted the picture. I didn't even, and I copied and just pasted it. And just click allow paste, and now it is on the screen. I'm not even going to waste my time with trying to sketch out the background, which is going to be an iPhone. So I decided to just trace it. You can see I selected it with the mouse button at the top and resized it. I used two fingers to undo, so that's what's happening here. And I'm playing with the brush to see which size I want to use. So I have these sizes pre-saved, and this is the size I'm going with. With the Apple Pen, I draw my line and I hold it, and it creates a straight line. The same thing for a curve. So I'm going to do the top as well, but let's see. Zooming in with two fingers to undo, tapping with two fingers to undo, then hitting that curve. Perfect. Yep. Okay, so now that I have that, I just duplicate it, flip it. Let's flip it the other way. Yeah. And of course, it's not going to be perfect, but I can just make those adjustments where needed. So I merged those two frames together with two fingers. I just pinched them together, and I'm using the eraser tool right now to kind of clean up. Yeah, okay. All right, so now that I got that, I'm gonna duplicate that layer and flip it vertically. And yep, perfect. And I'm gonna merge those two together as well. Then I'm gonna add a new layer. Well, no, I just duplicate that. Let's see. And on this one, I'll just do this little box. Now, I'm not even gonna advise others to name their layers because I don't. I'm terrible at that. I just select what I need and it tells me which layer I'm working on. But it is good to do so, especially when you find yourself having lots and lots of layers like myself. But I've gotten so used to just winging it that it works for me. Maybe I like the chaos. No, let's fix that. Yep, okay, that's good. And same thing there. I just duplicate it, I flip it. Now, of course, you could use the mirror tool, the mirror tool, and do the same thing. But I like to make my life a little bit difficult, I guess. Really, this is just what works for me. All right, yeah. So this is just what works for me, but you definitely can use the mirror tool to accomplish this look as well. The same way when you draw, you can draw a line and hold it. It's the same thing you can do with the eraser tool. So I'm just trying to make this line as straight as possible, focusing on the details that people don't even notice. All right, so I'm going to add this element. Ooh, I see another thing that I can fix, but let's not worry too much about it. Okay, so how to make the perfect shape in Procreate is once you draw the shape, you just hold it. And to make it the perfect circle, I have to redo it here, but okay, no, I'll just duplicate. But draw the circle, hold the circle, and if you tap, you can make the perfect circle. If you don't tap, it may make, a wonky circle with smooth lines or maybe like an oval of some sort. Right, so that looks good. I don't have to, I'm looking, I see that it's on both sides, of course, because I flipped it. So I don't have to fix this. I don't think it's a big deal. Just let it be. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we have other elements. Let's see, I could just draw one big line to erase imperfection, and I'll probably fill in the phone so I don't have to worry about the other line on the outside. So only the line on the inside is what I will clean up before I proceed. And that looks good. Okay, moving on. I'm tapping my layers and I could draw, but I'm just going to duplicate the one I already created and resize it. And I'll just draw on top of that. It's the same shape. And I tried to make a line a little thicker by duplicating and merging it, but that didn't work much, so I'm just going to draw over it like I initially said. I want to make sure that the line art is, the line art size is consistent, so I expected to have to draw over it. I'm always zooming in just to get the look as perfect, as near perfect as possible. I'm just going to take that, select, flip it vertically, and merge the layers together. Just a quick fix. Okay. Uh-oh. What am I doing? Okay. You see, I do have a lot of brushes pre-saved. I saved a lot of brushes on here from when I first started using Procreate. But if you look at my past work and what I'm doing right now, I use the same brush, monoline. It's my go-to in the calligraphy section. Nice. I think this is just a camera. Yeah, that works. Doesn't have to be completely accurate. So I'm going to change the brush size. Yeah, let me see. Oh, too thick. And let's try right in the middle. Hold. And it makes it straight. And I'll change the colors later on, but I just kind of want to get the background down so that I can start working on the animations. And I do all of my animations in Procreate, and I really just use Procreate Dreams to edit the animations I've already completed. Like if I want to add in-betweens, I'll do those in-betweens in Procreate and just drag and drop or add the photo into Procreate Dreams. Because it's just far more comfortable drawing in Procreate. So, but still, both great apps. Still love Procreate Dreams. Still thankful that they released that program. All right, so same thing here, same idea. Resize that. Okay. Oh, that turned out good. Okay. All right, and I'm gonna draw one circle, and all the circles look okay. Yeah. So I just tapped, and that's what made it the perfect circle, like I mentioned earlier. I'm just gonna duplicate the circle and use it for the other buttons because they all look the same size. Okay. Yeah. So don't be afraid to trace. Like, I feel like I said this in a past video, but I'm going to say it again because I used to get a little bit of flack from, people that just didn't know when I first started drawing about tracing, when that's what helped me become the artist that I am today, to the point where now I don't have to trace the things that, come out of my mind, but like when it comes to things like a simple background, and all the studying that I've done of artists and animators, the best of the best. Not only do it, but recommend it. So don't listen to the naysayers, I guess. Like anything else, there's a time and place. So I'm just grouping, sections of the phone that go together so that later on when I'm coloring and filling in color, I know, I have everything sectioned off. And I'm still not going to, you know, name these groups. Maybe one. I'm going to put, you can layer upon layer. So you can make a group and then make a group of multiple groups. And that's a really good feature that Procreate has. And now I'm just seeing how I'm using my sketch to see how I'm going to size it when I get to drawing my character. Okay, so now I'm going to just tap the word new group and then click rename, and this is the one few times that I will label a layer or group just for the video, let's be honest. Okay, so um I clicked on the eye so that the phone is no longer visible because I want to focus on drawing the character now. I think I'm going to change the color to definitely not black. I've graduated from just using black as the line color. It's best to use a dark shade of a color instead of using black. So I chose dark brown, right? And I typically start with the eyes when I'm drawing a face that I already have sketched. It's just a good starting point for myself. And you see my other hand, my left hand, while I'm drawing, is constantly undoing if the stroke isn't how I want it to be. All right. Now from here, I'm flipping the image, moving it to where it aligns best with the sketch. And I'm adding a new layer for the eyebrows. I can get a little obsessive with or extra when it comes to adding layers, but I just like to play it safe that way. And I can always combine them later, so this is better. My brows are sisters, not twins, so let me just redraw that. And that should work. That looks good. Okay. All right, now for the pupils, I want them to be looking at, well, she's supposed to be on FaceTime, so she'll be looking like she's on FaceTime with someone. Hmm. Okay, let's keep going. I'm not getting this look how I want it. Let's see. Making this more of a hassle than what it needs to be, but it's okay. Let's just see how it looks and see what needs to be adjusted. Now, when it comes to sketching, I won't undo, redo, or as often as you see when I'm doing the line art, but when it comes to the line art, I try my best to make it perfect. Right here, I'm flipping the image to see what's off. Always flip your image if something feels off, and just flip it just in general because it helps the image look better. I don't know the science behind it, but it works. Okay, so let me get rid of that. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. And I'm just gonna wing it. The sketch isn't always completely perfect, so let me try not to align to the sketch exactly. Let me just see what feels right. Good. Okay, that works. All right, and I always do a little shadow on the neck. And let's see how this hair is gonna go. The way I make the characters look as similar to the person that I'm drawing as possible is I just go and steal an image of them and, kind of mimic that image as close as possible. So that may be what I do for this step. Let's just see how well I can get it without that first. Because right now she just looks like all my other characters. I know I have a look, but I like the look. I like the uniform look. Oh, oops, sorry for the camera going out of focus. But I like that my art has a specific look. My brother told me the other day that he knew that the TikTok page was mine, even though it was supposed to be low, because you know my art has a look, and hey, cool. I'm here for it. Okay, so now I'm going to TikTok and I'm going to find a recent video that I can kind of steal her look from. All right, so I've screenshotted that, copied it from the screenshot, and I'm just pasting it on the board because I'm also going to steal colors from this image as well for her skin tone and the color of her hair. So I'm going to mimic the part that's in her hair here instead of going with the sketch. I think that would be best, as well as the baby hair. Sorry about the camera. Got a little swoop action going on. Hopefully the camera doesn't continue to do this. Okay, okay, here we go. No, you're good. All right, so now I'm just doing the bottom lashes. She has top and bottom lashes on, so that's what's going on in this section here. Now, this might come off a little boring at this part, especially now that I think about it, tracing the iPad or the iPhone probably came off as boring as well. But I figure that maybe this will be helpful to somebody. So I'm gonna do it anyhow. And if you have any suggestions for tutorials or videos that you think that I should create, let me know and I will. I'll probably do a video on on the method that's going on with this TikTok page because I feel like it's working. We're gonna see. I had it for like I think I had I'm not gonna say a time frame because I think it was like a week or something. But either way, in four I posted four videos and it went but good. Okay, yeah. So I made four videos or I uploaded four videos and I gained 1,000 subscribers within those four videos and I have like over 200K something views on it. So I was like, okay. This method is working. So maybe I'll do a video talking about that method and yeah. So here I am. So just trying to make this look clean as possible, but not perfect. Like that's my thing with this page and with the images that I'm drawing. I'm not really aiming for perfection. I just want to get the content out there. So I think this looks really good. She's super pretty. I think the character outline is, matching her enough at this point. And I think the color, when I add color to her, it'll bring it on home. I don't have to get too specific with the clothing because it's going to be a FaceTime call. So the bottom half is really going to not even matter. See? Yeah, with the phone. But yeah, I'm trying to post more for 2025, be more consistent with my upload. So that will sometimes involve me posting things that I think may not, be, I don't know, I don't want to say that. I think it's just something that I typically wouldn't upload, like an hour-long video of my process of doing something. But then again, I watch hour-long videos of people doing things that I like to see. So I was like, what the heck? Let me go ahead and just you know, mimic their method. The goal is to get monetized on YouTube, and thankfully, I reached 1,300 subs. Thanks for subbing if you're subbed. If you're not, hit the sub if you want to support for free, and hit the like as well. It's also very helpful. But I need to get my watch time up, and what I've been doing is uploading short, you know, 10-minute videos and whatnot, and that just doesn't carry like I need it to. So here I am uploading my full process, which I never thought I would do, but it's like maybe it can help somebody and maybe it can, it's just, cool to see just the background of how I get things done. Okay, so I've duplicated that group or that image and I have selected the next expression and that becomes an image itself and I have grouped it with a copy of the image that I just did because I'm just going to erase the elements that are different in this expression and use what I already have. So I'm trying to be efficient with this process. Like I said, I'm only working on these shorts or these reels for 2 days, so I'm not going to overdo it. But this is a good way to show how I animate in Procreate. And this is how I do it. It doesn't have to be a bunch of keyframes and it doesn't have to be any in-betweens really. I'm going to see how smooth it looks without the in-betweens, and if it's needed, or if I feel like I can get it looking better, I'll add some keyframes or I'll add some in-betweens. But if not, I'm just going to use the keyframes. So we'll see. But I like to get the foundation down, and the foundation is just doing all the keyframes first. And once I finish this character, I'm going to work on the person that she's speaking to on the phone, and I'm going to keyframe him as well. Once I have them both keyframed, and I'll probably put them in Procreate Dreams, that's when I'll decide what other elements that I'll add to it and just go from there. Okay, so now I'm turning on the onion skins because I'm trying to see, hopefully you can see a little bit. I don't want it to be too shown too much because I don't want it to mess me up in my process, but I'm using the onion skins to see what the eyes look like in the previous frame so that it aligns with this second frame that I'm working on now. Okay. Okay, well, I said that, but it looks like instead I'm just turning on the sketch. And here's where the animating comes in. I'm making slight adjustments. So I'm adjusting the way her hair moves a bit when she makes this expression, and her shoulders will go up. Okay, but the eyes, I'm gonna fix the pupils. But right now I'm just focusing on the hair and the shoulders. Okay, so now we can go in and fix those pupils. So I just circle a pupil that I want to move. This is why I put things on different layers. And I adjust it a bit. Nope, let's adjust it once again. Actually, I'm going to adjust the initial layer. I'm going to bring that in a little bit more. Okay, let's see. No. I like the expression though, but I just have to fix the pupils and then I can move on. So let me turn on the onion skins and just adjust it from there. Okay, so let me see how this looks. I like to turn off the onion skins when I'm going back and forth. I don't need to, but I just like to do it. All right. So I just moved that over slightly. And it's almost aligning, but I feel like I can do this better. So let me go ahead and just see. I made a duplicate of the original drawing because just in case I want to use it, but let me just steal the pupils from the second frame and put it on the first frame because I like those better. Yeah, that works. Perfect. So you see the slight movement in her hair as her shoulders grow up and she makes that expression on her face. And now I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to duplicate the original. Oh, I don't need that one anymore. But I'm going to duplicate the image of Ekane with the pupils, select them both, and I'm going to group them together. And now I'm going to go back to my sketches and select the third expression. So I have them mapped out. So this is 3 when she reacting to his side. Okay. And I'm going to put that in the next group. I'm going to bring the opacity down, stretch it to fit the size, and good. Okay. All right, now I'm going to click on the base or the foundation frame, erase the elements that are going to change. Her eyes kind of open up a bit in this reaction shot, or in this expression rather. But I don't have to change everything. So this is, let's see, this is a good way to get things done. And now the audio isn't playing on here, but there is audio where they're talking to one another. Now, I'm not going to do the frames, or what do they call it? The mouth frames of them talking. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save that for, that's like the last step that I do once I get it looking how I want it to look. And I'll make sure to hopefully do a video of that as well. That is the easy part for me, actually. Well, all of this is pretty much easy. None of this is really difficult at all. It's just time consuming. So let's just fix that. Okay. And turn off that. Okay. And then, so yeah, so this is basically animation. Now, these are keyframes. There's no in-betweens. But with these reels for the style that I'm doing, this alone just might work. Like I said, we'll see if I do any in-betweening because it may not be necessary. We'll see. Okay, so the next pose, there's no number 4. It just stays on number 3, so I'm going to skip to number 5. Okay, so I'm going to select that sketch, press copy, move it on up. And I'm trying to see which shell I want to use for the, okay, and I'm going to use the original foundational one like I did before. Okay, put them in a group. Stretch out this image, put it in place, lower the opacity, and erase what is not needed. So I'm going to keep those bottom lashes because I may steal the lashes from that. With the select tool, I use that so often. And just move them to my new lash. Not like that. see. Move that out the way, and then let me try now so I can rotate them to align like so. Eh, let's see if I can make. I copied and pasted them because I want it to be as uniform as possible, but I may just redo them. All right, so I'm selecting those layers and I'm selecting also the specific things on those layers that I want to move, and I'm just going to slightly turn the head. No, you good. All right, turn off the selection, make a few adjustments, make sure I'm on the only, yep, okay. Not too worried about what is here because this part will be covered with the other character. Just clean this up a bit. Redo those lashes. That can look better. Okay. Yeah. See. Trying to see if I need to even add eyelids or any other feature. That's not bad. Okay, let's see what's next. I'm gonna take this one with the shoulders up, or actually take that one because it's repeated. Okay, and now I'm just gonna color in my character. So I'm adding color. So I just stole her complexion from her photo, adding a layer underneath my line art, keeping it within the same group, and I just drag and drop because I already have the reference on the line art. And I just make a few slight adjustments to that complexion, turning up the saturation so it keeps that cartoony look that I'm going for. And I'm also going to, take the color of the hair just to get a good idea. Mhm. check out how it looks outside. I'm just gonna, what I normally do is just, that's good. That's good. I normally just color the outline and I'll just fill it in. So that's what I'm doing here. Just because I don't even think I had to do that. Or actually no, I did. I don't think I have it connected. But I don't mind doing this step because I only do it maybe like once and then from there I just make slight adjustments when I add the same, color profile to the other layers. Like so. Uh-oh. Okay. So I'm just adjusting the brightness and I'm going to duplicate that, and because there's a little blonde on her hair in the image, I'm going to add that to this as well. I think that's a good look. I changed the brush to airbrush and I make it large and I just kind of erase the top and it gives a nice gradient effect. So that looks really good. Great. Okay, this looks good. Okay, so from there I'm gonna fill in the eyeballs. Oops, sorry about the camera. I should have locked the focus. Do the same thing here. Fill in the pupils with like a dark brown or a black. Yeah, let's. Oh, what am I doing? It's late. I'm getting sleepy. Okay, let's change that eye color to a dark brown instead of black. I try to stay away from using black at any point in my drawings at this point. Okay, now I will fill in the lip color. Oops, ignore that notification. Just fill in the whole lip. I didn't have to do reference. Let me just. Okay. And then I'll duplicate, do another color, and turn down the opacity, and then erase the bottom lip. Yep, that looks good. All right, and then turn that down a little bit more. Okay, that's good. Alright, so I'm adding a new layer because I'm gonna put a little shine on the lip. Maybe like this. That's a lot. Maybe if I soften it, the Gaussian blur. Hmm, excuse my dog. Storming and she's crying. Okay, just gonna do a subtle shine. That looks good. Okay. All right, this works. Okay, and then I am going to give her a shirt color. Where's Anita? Okay, so we just give the phone a background. And this will cover the bottom of the shirt. So doing that gradient effect with the eraser again. Just to make sure the bottom of the shirt is covered. So I don't have to do any extra drawing. All right, so I'm just coming in and editing that fade that that's gonna cover the shirt just a little bit. And now I'm going to, let's see, pick a color for the shirt. I'll just steal the color that she has on, and I can adjust it later if need be. Okay. Drag and drop. All right. It looks good. Okay, so I'm just going to take those colors and put them all on the other layers outside of this video. No need to show that process. Let's see. Okay, but I will make a few edits to add some more animations to this process. So I'll have her do a look over to the side. So that's why I did the pupils on a different layer. That's cute. Yeah. Simple. And let's see, what else can I do? got the head tilt. I got the change of expressions. I got the pupils looking to the side. The shoulders going up. And I can do the same thing with this one. Have the pupils looking to the side. Make sure that stays within the eyeball. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna flip through and see if that looks good. Duplicate that, flatten it, and move it outside the groups. All right, so this is everything that I have. And because this is only the drawing for Ekane, this is obviously part one of the process, and hopefully I will get around to recording part two where I'm drawing the other character. I'm gonna go ahead and collapse all these groups. If you watched up to this point, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And again, I want to thank you for watching, and be sure to check out the next video.